car's looking at fuel. What do I find? I'm going to roll it forward, it's drip in there, and that all stinks of fuel. So it's just coming from the front of the tank. I just need to jack the car up, have a look what's going on. Again, underneath the car there seems to be some drips here, so I think it's coming from the AN fitting. I'm pretty sure it is. But before I slacken off these two 12mm, I need to go inside the car. Inside the car you can take out the seats, so I've done that lots and lots of times, but just a matter of basically taking these little clips out either side, banging the top seats across, and taking the bolt that holds the lower seat together, this one, take that one out, and then what you can do is you can start disconnecting these pipes. So there's this electrical connector I can undo there, and then I can get a Phillips head, undo these, and then I can get to this connector, sorry, this cover here, which is for the fuel filler neck, and then these are the AN lines which feed fuel to the engine and return it to the tank. So I'm going to just pop these off. Just through these screws, the last one, take that out, and then you see all the electrical connections, and the main thing to do is just to basically put this bit of rubber through here. Can't do it with one hand, but put it through there just so it's loose and won't get snagged. This cover, just three of these 10mm. And need to feed this out with this little rubber thing probably at the bottom. You can see that's loose now. Taking this off just reveals the thicker pipe and the breather pipe and the two Jubilees. They're actually done up from below, because that's how I've done it, but depending on who's put it on there last, they might have done it from above. So this also gives you a little bit more access to maybe prise off the top of each of the rubber pipes. And then we have here is the feed lines and the return lines. Again, you can just pluck this little seal thing up, and then just make sure it's got enough movement, because if you leave it where it is, maybe these won't slide through. And definitely in the OEM setup it will be metal lines, so you'll have less movement there anyway. There's both the Jubilee clips slackened off, and then you can just pull it forward. That's really, really full. You can pull it forward and just leave it where it is for now. It comes down to taking the tank down. I'm going to use the little 12mm Milwaukee for this. Just do it in even steps, both sides, and it should lower down. So dropping it down, I can see what could be part of the problem. It's very wet here, and I'm guessing it's blowing or leaking outside of this little pipe, so I'm going to change that, and then I'll have a look for anything else that might be suspicious. This is meant to be able to rotate, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to check this fitting's tight still, and change this line. I think it will be hopefully problem solved. Check with the AN spanners, and these all seemed tight enough. That one nipped up a little bit more, but I think it's just this pipe, so I need to remove that and see if we've got some more fuel hose. So this is what happens over time with this fuel hose, or has done in my experience. It starts to kind of delaminate. A bit tricky to see it, but you see how the inner and the outer is kind of separated? And I've kind of lucked out, so I found some better hose, and all I need to do is cut the right length and stick it back on there like that, and all done. And just in case you're interested, this is the breather setup, or some kind of setup. It's got this standard, and there is from the top into this little canister, into this, and then out, and the tank back in. Easier said than done as always, but you've got the straps in there already. So you've got one that side, and you've got one there, and then you've got to get this tank on that little hook, and then push the back up. So easier with 2 people, probably easier with not a full tank, but I'm going to have to wrestle up there. On your own, you need to get the tank in place, pick it up from inside the car here, then go underneath the car and push it towards it. I'm almost in that little peg thing. I'm going to wriggle it around and show you what it looks like when it's at home. There we have it, just picking it up at the rear, kind of pushed it into that, sitting on that peg, and then you need to pick the thing up and put the straps in it. Straps in, there's not a lot of intelligence to it. It's a matter of just basically bench pressing it up in there, and then you have these straps, and this little hook thing, that's why I've put it all to the end. Gives you maximum amount of stability, and you can't really see it now, but well, yeah, you can. It's just up in there, and then now it's kind of secure. It's got at least one strap in there. I'm going to just arrange the pipes and check they're all good, because it's going to be hard to do anything like that once the second strap's on there. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do it. You want to get the Jubilee clip and put it over, loose onto the metal end, then obviously put the rubber pipe over the top, and just put them around like this, and then just tighten them up. Okay, that's both those done. Now for the final one of these, obviously I need to make sure that that rubber thing stays on the metal strap, so I'll get that in place. After a bit of fight, that's in, and that one's in. I'll just do them both up. You've got your electrical connector there, because that sometimes slips down there, so get that. Shoving a nut below it's a good move as well. If you just hold on to the 12mm and put another nut so that it can't unwind itself, it's a good move. And you can do a quick check of just making sure there's a little bit of movement, but you know, it's not going anywhere. Just a matter of feeding this through here, connect it up, put the screws in, and then feed this seal back down, covering there, put this in place for the 10mm, and I'll show you what it looks like when that's done. So that's in there like that, and then this just gets done up with some 10mm. There you go, and that's that, all back together, and take it back down to the floor. Did all that with the battery off, and now I'm just going to check. Got some fuel pressure. I've cycled it a couple of times. Looks like I do. Starts and runs. Fuel pressure's alright. And then, before you chuck it back and down on the ground, you want to check if there's no leaks. And I like to leave it running for a little bit to check there's no leaks, but it shouldn't be now.